Let's play time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands with pick in hand and mobs to kill. The fun will never end. It's Let's Play time. Hello everyone, how's it going? It's been about a month since I've played this world. Adventure Time Craft. We're here, we're back. We're ready to do some adventuring and some time and some crafting, all those cool things. So the last time I played was early March, like the first week of March. And considering how long ago that was, there's a lot that's changed, including the 1.5 update. Last time we played here was 1.4.7. Now we're on 1.5.1. So that means there's a bunch of changes, things we need to talk about. I talked about some of it already in a minecart video, talking about the specifics and how it applies to minecarts. But there's a lot of cool things that we need to discuss, as well as just check out some updates to the texture pack that have happened since the 1.5 update, since it's been updated. There's a couple of changes, and I'll show some of the items in here that are different. I don't remember quite off the top of my head. Oh yes, the compass has a new user or a new animation for it, which looks really good. I really like this one. Let's put that away. Gunpowder is now a gold-colored rotten flesh. I don't know why he did this. This looks kind of silly. I like the old gunpowder. I think everything else is the same. The detector rails might be different. I'm not sure. They look a little different. And otherwise, that's about it for that. There's something else that changed. Oh yeah, the wither skeleton skulls, which originally did not have a texture, now have a texture. Looks like chain chest plates don't have textures yet either. They're now these little faces. So what I'm going to assume is that the wither skeletons now have a more refined texture. Because I don't think they did before, so we'll have to go and check that out. I can't remember what these are from Adventure Time, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Someone will comment about what it is. Speaking of which, the last couple of episodes have been crazy. The last one, which had the different animation, was really crazy. I was not expecting something so strange. There were a lot of adult jokes in there too. Oh, there's our Jakes. I was kind of surprised. I was like, wow. I almost say Konami. Wow, Cartoon Network actually let those air. Very, very surprising. But, you know, Cartoon Network has put worse stuff on the air, so maybe it's not too bad. I'm very close to level 30 now. But I've changed how my system works over here. This is the first of many changes to come with 1.5 around here. And what this is now is, before I had the mobs drop right onto this platform and then I just punch them to kill them. Now I have them dropping down into this room. So you can see this is where they fall, and there's a little one high space in here. Just really necessary, but I like having it. Hoping, I kind of want a mob to fall down here. Check our entity count. We've got 10 entities up in the system. But I'm not seeing anything. Oh, here comes one. You can see he falls, he lands, he dropped the gunpowder, I didn't pick it up, and instead was thrown into the item hopper, which actually doesn't have a UI on it. And it gets thrown in here. So why is this important? Interesting, another one just fell. Why is this important? Well, this solves one of the age-old problems that we've had with mob systems for a very, very long time. Oh, this didn't get put in, did it? I wonder if maybe I do need a block here. I'll throw one there for now. One of the age-old systems with mob systems, or issues with mob systems, eventually I'll get my words right in this episode. So before, you had a couple of choices when you made a mob system. You could make it either just an item grinder or an experience system. Originally, every single one of them was an item grinder because we didn't have any real reason for experience until 1.8. And actually, you didn't have a true reason for it until I think 1.9 when Enchanting was introduced. So before, you could leave this thing running. You could just have it go, and it would be fine. But you'd have to stay AFK on it, or every time a mob dropped and died, you would essentially lose those drops because they despawn. Now we don't have that problem anymore. We never are going to have despawning items. So we don't have to try to let the mobs sit there with 1/2 health in order to kind of preserve their items until we go at a despawn range. We can instead simply let them die and get the items, and it's so much nicer. I'm so happy that the item hopper is a thing, and I will be no doubt working with that in the future. The mob system still is lacking 2 more floors, I think, on this side, and then I've got to start on the 3rd side. But I do not have the cobblestone to do it quite yet, but I'm working on it. I've pretty much transitioned all my food to carrots because carrots are so nice. I love carrots. It's like the easy mode of food. Food. I still can't talk today. So, a couple of things on the to-do list. Actually, there's a lot. There's a lot on the to-do list, which is good because we've got stuff to keep us busy and stuff to fill episodes with. Because I always worry that I'm not going to have content for episodes. This project is still... I don't think any more of these guys actually spawned, which is really unfortunate. I was really hoping that they'd breed more, but it doesn't seem to be the case. What I'd like to do is expand the village. I want to make the village really nice. I want to make it look really cool. To do that, I'm going to do a lot of mining, and I've also got to do some defense. I've got to build a fence around here and light everything up. And we're going to do that with some of the new blocks. I have not made one of these yet, so I'm interested to see how this will turn out. Oh, check this out. So the block of redstone is one of the new blocks. Can't break it by hand. Can you get it with an iron? I'm guessing you can get it with an iron pickaxe. Oh, it's got quite a bit of time to break, doesn't it? But yeah, the block of redstone outputs a redstone signal. Do I have something that takes a redstone signal? Just kind of something. I have an iron door. Continually outputs one. And that's not going to help. I don't know if it outputs to like a door. I've never really tested it. Ah, yes it does. Okay. That outputs the continuous redstone signal, so we can use that with some cool stuff. Especially with pistons. Some of the stuff I've seen with pistons in this thing are pretty cool. I'll put you... I guess I can put you in here. The nicest thing is that it does let you store your blocks easier. So if you put it back in here, you get your 9 redstone. So instead of having this mess, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come over to here. And then just kind of drag everything in. I don't have my convenient inventory mod on anymore. I don't know where that is with 1.5. And then bam, look at that. How nice. Cool. We are short on glowstone dust. We're going to need more glowstone dust to do what we're going to do. But we're going to go to the nether anyways. So that'll be fine. I need to get ready. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to head into the nether to kind of do what we're going to do for this episode, I think. So there are definitely still some problems with the texture pack. I know water and lava are acting kind of weird. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be the way that they are right now. But also the nether portals are clearly... something's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig in the nether. And I'm going to get probably 100 blocks from here. So this is... where's my coordinates? This is x59, so we'll stick at x59. And we've got to go z coordinates. So we're at, let's say, 241. So let's go 141. Or no, 341. Alright, we'll get to 341, poke our head around and see what's over there. So I will be back. So I figured instead of digging all the way there and then discovering that there wasn't any stuff there, I'd just walk over to where I was kind of digging towards to see if I could get over there and see if there's any of that quartz stuff, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the quartz, the new nether quartz. And on my way here, I found like 2 new strongholds. There's one over there, there's one over there, and then the original one is like back there, which is pretty cool. It's like strongholds everywhere apparently. And as I was walking, I did stumble across some of the new nether quartz. So it's actually over here in some newly rendered chunks, and you can see it in the distance if you look really close. Might be hard to see. I'm having a lot of trouble seeing. I don't know if it's darker or just because I'm out playing and there's a lot of sunlight in this room. So maybe that's why I'm getting so many problems. But the quartz is up here. I'm assuming this is quartz. It's something, that's for sure. Alright, check this out. And these guys won't attack me if I'm... Oh, yeah, another issue is that the pigmen have a really messed up texture, and I have no idea why that is. I will have to figure that out myself. I guess you mine it with a... Nether quartz. Interesting. I don't know what you do with it, so I'm going to get 3... and then I'll probably come back later with the fortune pick. Wow, there's a lot of it. Look at it all. I don't know how easy it is to see if you're not watching in HD. You can just barely make out the little pinpricks. You know, if you look over here, you can see them all. They're just all over the place, which is cool. That's really cool. All right. But we need to mark our coordinates, which are at... We're at least Z 423. So let's remember that, 423. So that's about another 100 blocks. Well, probably less. I think about maybe 80 blocks. 80 more blocks than where I was digging to. So I will go dig there, plus grab some glowstone, because we can always use more glowstone. And we'll see what we can make with this nether quartz stuff. And I gotta do an enchant. So maybe we try to get silk touch again, because I need silk touch. So I was gonna enchant a pick, and then it kind of occurred to me that I'm gonna be fighting the withers soon, so I'm gonna need a chest plate, and I'd rather do a level 30 enchantment on a chest plate. And I'm missing 1 diamond. See what I get out of that. It might be better to do books until I get a set of what I want, but that could take a long time. So I'd rather get this set up and then do what we can do from there. So the diamond chest plate. It's the first one I've made on this world. It does cost a good amount of diamonds, but it's worth it. Oh, that's not what I want. Alright, here we go. Let's hope for something good. I don't know what. That's not really what I wanted. I mean, considering that the biggest threats in Minecraft now are skeletons, that's pretty good. This will make you very hard to kill, but I'm still not a big fan. But whatever. We can always get more diamonds. We can always get more levels, especially when we get that new system set up. I'm very excited to start work on the Ender farm, which we'll get to. But first, we do need to finish up this railway. So the next thing I'm going to do, I've actually dug out the whole thing. The next thing I want to do is actually get the rail system set up and just get a little bit more food. Do we have enough rails? Probably not. I can get a little bit of the way there, but I can't get terribly close. Let's see, what else can we do? Okay. Let's grab a minecart. Oh, we do have one. Good. Head down and head back into this guy. Eventually, I want to make some kind of nether hub, but for now, this will have to suffice. So something like this arrangement would probably work well. So I'm going to line this a little ways Probably as far as I can go. And then, oh crap, we need one more thing. I'll go back and get it, but otherwise, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is the wrong button, but it works. Alright, now, supposedly, Fortune 3, which I have here, Fortune enchantments, affect quartz drops, so we'll try it out. Oh, and yes, it does. Oh, look at all the quartz. Oh, I didn't realize it was in such large seams. Gotta be careful with this pick because it's like efficiency 1,000,000,001. So it's really fast. I'll just eat right through the netherrack behind it. I got 44. I want to get quite a bit of it, and then we'll talk about what that's gonna mean for us. Yeah, this is really nice. And it also gives quite a bit of experience, which is also nice. I'm already up to level 5 again. How much do I have? 50 total? You'd think I'd get even more than that. I got like 1 from that one. Come here, you! Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get a little over a stack and then we'll head back. Alright guys, so we ended up with a total of about a stack and close to another stack of nether quartz. So nether quartz has a couple of different crafting recipes for 1.5, and the most basic one is to use 4 of it to make the block of quartz, which is just a white block. We can go outside and look at it. This is what it looks like in this texture pack. It's pretty nice looking. I'm sure there's a lot of applications for it. You can mine it with any pick. I don't believe you can turn it back. No, you can't. So if you do go this way, I'm pretty sure that you're stuck. I just want to double check real quick. That does seem to be the case. Okay, so if you do make this, you are stuck with a quartz block. But let's go ahead and make yeah, we might as well. We'll try out a couple of different blocks. Actually, I'll probably just turn this whole stack into 2, 3. We want to try 3 of those, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, it doesn't matter how much we use. Okay, okay. So let's get 7 blocks of quartz. So one thing we can make are the quartz slabs. So we go out and compare these. These are also pretty nice. They're very, very white. It's not something that you see too often in Minecraft outside of like a snow biome, is that very white color, and these things definitely have it, which is nice. I think that's pretty cool. And if you want, you can take these half slabs, you can turn them right back into, or actually, so they turn into chiseled quartz if you do this. Which has, in this texture pack, a little symbol on it. So it's different from the regular ones. You can make, I guess, like maybe pillars out of it or something. And then the last thing you can make with it, I don't know. Let's see, let's say we do another one. I believe you can like stack 2 of these. Maybe not. How about this? Oh, here we go. So this makes the quartz pillar, which is, lets you make pillar-like structures, I guess. And then lastly, there's some stairs, but they cost a little bit of quartz that I don't have yet, and I want to save some of the quartz for some important blocks that we need to make, or some important, yeah, blocks that we need to make. So I'm going to stash these guys. I guess I'll stash them in here for now. Probably move them downstairs later. Alright, so we've got the nether quartz. We need to make, there's 2 separate items that we can make with this guy, besides the quartz block. The first one's the redstone comparator, which we can make if we have some smooth stone, which, if my sound would stop lagging, I can check and find out if we have any. And we do. Good. It takes 3 smooth stone and 3 redstone torches. So it's very similar to a little bit actually more expensive too than the repeater. And it takes a quartz in the middle. And this makes the redstone comparator, which looks like this in this texture pack, which is very interesting. Oh boy. Interesting. Not sure how I feel about that, but whatever. And then lastly, we have I'm not sure exactly what it's called. Okay, the daylight sensor is specifically what it's called. Okay, just want to make sure I got the name right. So we got to make this with glass, some sort of wooden half slab, and I guess it doesn't matter which. So slabs here, the 3 nether quartz, and lastly 3 glass on top. And this makes a daylight sensor. Cool. Alright. Little machine block here. Machine looking block. So what this guy does is he simply outputs a redstone signal whenever it's sunlight. So if we get some redstone, like this, you can see that it's outputting a signal. If we put a block over it, it doesn't stop because it's a half block. Well, that's silly. I don't know if can you put these? Can you put them on top of a slab? I'm not sure. I want to give that a shot. I want to put it on top of a slab. If I put a slab down and then I grab you and then I put no, you can't. It cannot be a top slab. It has to be a bottom slab. That's interesting. So this kind of brings me to my next project, which I still need to finish up the railway to our new part of the Nether, but I'll do that another time. What I want to do instead is start to set up kind of around here, actually, around here, because I want to start to expand the village, but I don't want to do so in a way that I don't like. Basically, I'm going to need to set up some kind of perimeter wall, probably like maybe along the top of this hill, all the way around, all the way to the ocean, connect on the ocean side, because I'm not worried about things spawning in the ocean for obvious reasons. And then I need to light it up. And I want to light it up with lights that turn on during the night and stay off during the day. That's what I'm ultimately going to go for. So this is running pretty well. It's still, the whole system itself is still fairly slow. Oh, and another thing. Someone asked me about this a while back, and this was quite some time ago. They said that my mob system would get clogged because spiders would spawn in it. Well, if you remember that I put the half slabs in there, spiders won't spawn if those half slabs are there because they don't have space to spawn. They're actually kind of a touchy mob when it comes to spawning them in areas. They don't like to spawn unless very specific requirements are met. And what I've done here is I've simply created a situation where those requirements cannot be met, and they cannot spawn anywhere in this system, or they shouldn't anyways. Unless that spawning algorithm gets changed, in which case I would be in a lot of trouble. But I don't see that changing anytime soon. So, like I said, here are the half slabs. They need a 3x3 space to spawn on, and they can't do that because each of the platforms has the half slab on it. I kind of want to check down there real quick too. Hopefully there aren't any mobs in there that are going to shoot me. Okay. I wasn't sure if mobs were going to get stuck down there at all. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, so pretty happy about that. Actually, I should light this up too. Although mobs don't seem to spawn in here anyways, so I don't know why they would spawn up here. But yeah, that's kind of my plan for now. I think we'll put that off probably to another episode, because I've got to get more quartz and I've got to define a lamp setup. Oh, we need to finish up the victory monument as well. So we've got a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot to look forward to for this series. Cool stuff, cool builds. I hope we can get to it all. I'll be playing this a lot as I work on my Feed the Beast issues. Ugh. So I think this might only be like 20 minutes or something. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here just because I think it's a good point to end. And then we'll start on some new projects next time. Hopefully soon and not a month away. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. And until next time then.